This is the second of 2 bikepacking overnighters I'm riding from my base camp at the Wanderlust Hostel in Gunnison, Colorado. The Lost Canyon overnighter from bikepacking.com begins in the arid high desert and rises towards the Fossil Ridge Wilderness. It's a more challenging route than Hartman Rocks, but I look forward to witnessing the transforming landscapes as I ascend. Today's ride will bring me up into Gunnison National Forest and the Elk Mountains. I'll climb over 3,000 feet in just 15 miles and camp at an elevation of just under 10,000 feet. It's 2:30 in the afternoon as I head out on the Lost Canyon overnighter route from Gunnison. The start of the route is at the campus of Western Colorado University. Paved local roads take me out of town, and I slowly gain elevation as I pass farms and fields and I see snow-capped mountains in the distance. Eventually, I turn onto Lost Canyon Road. As I continue to climb, the familiar feeling of blood in my legs and air in my lungs start to dial my thoughts into the present. The sounds of the city fade back, and the scent of sage comes into my awareness. A friendly reminder comes to me. I'm right where I want to be. The wind picks up in the afternoons here. It's 15 miles per hour and coming from the west, giving me a much appreciated tailwind push as I climb. It's rare that winds work so clearly in my favor, and I'm grateful. I enter public lands and notice the landscapes are continuing to change. Rocky formations rise to my left. Further on, the quaking aspens appear. I stop to admire lupines and phlox growing on the hillsides among the sage. I feel fortunate to catch them in bloom. I stop again to take in the sweeping views and catch my breath before continuing the climb. The road twists upwards towards a forest. I'm excited for the new landscape. As I enter the trees, I take a look behind me. Aspen leaves shimmer in the breeze, applauding the epic view. A rippling creek winds in and among the trees. It's not marked on the route as a water source. I wonder if it's only here in the spring? The presence of water feels reassuring and nourishing to me. The delphiniums and the songbirds seem to think so too. The creek stays nearby, masked in dense thickets, as I continue on to the out and back portion of the route.
Sneaky snake.
After stopping to admire a quick little snake, I pedal on into a spectacular view. Aspens line the road like footmen, welcoming me to a forest palace. Patches of snow remind me that I'm in the mountains. I stop to admire the mountain marsh marigolds, which are thriving in the wetlands created by the spring runoff. I approach the start of 1 Mile Road. Signs of informal campsites are present at the top, including fire rings and even a toilet. 1 Mile Road drops 624 feet into a valley along the Beaver Creek with an average 8.5% grade. It's a thrilling descent, but I'm thinking about all the work it will take to climb out of it in the morning. White aspen trunks light the hillside to my left, a contrast to the dark pines on my right. The road shows signs of wear from recent snowmelt.
Here we are at the bottom of the gulch. It's pretty enough, but I don't know why. I just don't have a good feeling about it. I really don't think I want to camp here. There's water, but there was lots of water all the way up to I don't know, this place just gives me the creeps. I'm gonna head back up.
I decide to trust my intuition and climb back up 1 mile road, doubling back to find a place to camp that feels better. It's hard to verbalize why I felt so uneasy in the valley. Maybe my body was sensing a danger that I didn't consciously perceive. I know that I feel better already though, having left it. I recalled that water was plentiful and the views were beautiful up high, so I knew that I'd find a place to camp that felt right.
Alright, here's my lovely campsite. And not too far from the road. I'm gonna head over to the stream and get some water. So here's the stream. I can see cowpies all around, so I'm definitely going to filter it and then use the Steri pen. The water looks pretty clear.
I chose my site for its flat spot in vicinity to the creek. When I noticed a Highline set up for horses, I realized I wasn't the first one to find this spot attractive. The Highline will make a good place to hang my beer bag tonight. The large rock makes a perfect dinner spot. I enjoy some cold soak backcountry lasagna and start my preparations for bedtime. Today's ride is mostly descending. The final stretch into Gunnison is on single track, which I'm looking forward to. Unfortunately, it seems that I've spilled some hydration mix on the lens of my main GoPro camera without realizing it. I hope you'll forgive the blurry dot in the center of some of the footage for this section. It's chilly when I wake, but I've slept well. I have some cold coffee and a blueberry oat smoothie as I wait for the sun to warm me and break camp.
The sun has finally come out because it was hidden behind a cloud forever. And I'm ready to get started. And guess what? It's a beautiful day. Seen some better days.
I climb out of camp on a rough road, then through some aspens until I reach a hillside covered with pasque flowers. The morning light makes them glisten and glow.
This whole hillside is filled with these flowers. I'm gonna have to find out what they are. They're so cool. There's these and bluebells mixed in with them. It's a sage grouse. Unfortunately, GoPro doesn't really have the resolution to zoom in, but it was really cool. And I just can't get enough of this scenery. Look how gorgeous it is.
I start to descend on 2-track. The views slowly begin to open up, revealing snow-capped mountains in the distance.
How are you this morning? Good morning. Just don't want to descend too quickly, because then I'm going to miss all of this. Just saw a hummingbird feeding off these red flowers.
This part of the route is ridiculously scenic. I consciously slow my descent so it's not over too fast. I reach a cattle gate. I think this is my least favorite style of gate because it requires so much strength to relatch it.
Ugh. Smooth. That was a struggle.
I'm thrilled to see a single large antelope, though I know it's not likely to show up on the GoPro. I wonder where the rest of the herd is.
There he goes, he's running. Prefer this kind of gait. I just saw an antelope. He was beautiful. He had a big white rump and large antlers. He didn't seem super scared of me. Entered the Signal Peak single track system. So this is the Northwoods Trail. This should be fun.
The single track reveals itself in small bits of a time, peeking out between the sagebrush. When the track winds onto a hillside, it's a mental struggle between riding carefully and gawking at the scenery. Riding this portion wakes my playful side. I am a kid on a playground, hogging the swings. I'm grinning, and I don't want the fun to stop.
So here's a trailhead. Look at all the fun options. Ooh. Ah, this one's a 2-track. Oh. This is single track, and that's double track. And this is a blue, and that's a green. So, duh. We'll take chicken wing. Got the last part of the chicken wing here. Look out, ladies! Look out! Look out! There we go. Good job. I should have told them to move. Next time. back on the roads to town. That was super fun.
Once again, the roads were quickly delivering me from backcountry adventure to the bustle of urban life. It was all over a little too quick. I can imagine I would do these types of trips often if I lived here. Such a nice way to find balance in a hectic world.